Helping us understand what exactly is this tie-up with Blue Star? How would the company help Blue Star in their arrangements as well, and what does it mean for the revenue potential?
Sure. Thank you, so much for inviting me on the show. See, this is one of the many contracts which we have been signing up. Blue Star is a great company. So this is about, the employee benefits as well as the expense management system, which we are going to implement for Blue Star. So it is going to start, with a pilot and then overall, going to become a large contract. Revenue wise, it's very, very tough to initially give any guidance on that, but we have, more than about 50 odd contracts which are lined up. So in coming months, you should be seeing many of these being announced.
50 contracts are in the pipeline right now, as in with 50 companies?
Yeah, 50 companies are in pipeline as of now. So, and we choose companies to, to announce such companies where the impact is decipherable and, really can be seen. But, on a daily basis, we keep signing one or two contracts. And what I see is that in the coming, couple of maybe 2, 3 months, or maybe let's say 2 quarters, we should be having another 50 companies which we'll announce.
Raj, is this the usual pace of signings that has been there for the last couple of years, or this is a bit more accelerated? Help me understand, is it normal business for you to do 50 signings that you're talking about, or is it higher, is it lower?
So, so this is like par for the course. So typically every year we have done about 600 to, 650 corporates is what we have added. And this is pretty much, on the same, lines. But, one difference which has happened is we are focusing on extra large groups, okay, which are, enterprise, XX, which would mean that these are very, very large companies and we are talking to them, they are liking the solutions which Zaggle has put in, showcasing. And, we have been continuously adding, to our product portfolio as well. And with that, it is becoming a very, very compelling offering for very large corporates as well.
Just if you could also tell us how many clients actually you have added in second quarter, because I believe in first quarter the client addition was around 100. So has it surpassed that level?
So I think we should ideally surpass it, maybe by a little bit, more number, because typically for us, the Q1, Q2 or the H1 is about 35, percent of our business and 65% is the, H2. So we think, we should be able to surpass the Q1 number. And overall, focus is also on cross sell. So this year, it was not so much about addition of clients. It was about, addition of much larger clients. Okay, so clients where we can sell not just one product but multiple products, so that our revenue, cost of acquisition comes down and our product becomes more and more deeply integrated into the company. And that would help us in having predictable revenue and predictable growth over a longer period of time.
And are you still maintaining your FY25 EBITDA margin guidance of around 10 odd percent?
Yes, we would, maintain that, we should be, in and about that range.
What about the top line guidance? Because you talked about somewhere between 45 to 55%. Now, given the fact that the pace of client addition is strong and not just that, deepening of clients, large clients, cross selling, would that mean that the revenue growth could be even more than 50-55% in FY25?
So it is so easy to give a higher guidance, but, I would wait for a couple of more months, to be able to exactly tell you that, how the entire year would pace. But right now, we will maintain the guidance of, 45 to 55%.
Also, the recent tie-up with Zaggle has demand inquiries picked up post that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, so I'll tell you, the entire world is becoming fintech. Every activity of whether you take a services company, manufacturing, or any other sector, you see that fintech is, playing a very large part. One of the reasons you could see that, PM Modi came to GFF, which was the Global Fintech Fest, and, their RBI governor also made some very important announcements. I think, fintech is the, flavor for at least next decade or so, because India is digitizing at a very rapid pace. and all of them require very stable, strong fintechs. And we are at the prime place at the prime time.
Great that the ONDC tie-up is helping the company. Also, if you could just give us some ideas about or any color on the inorganic acquisitions that you were looking to do going forward. Any updates on that front?
Last time while I was talking to media, I had said that, in next 30, 45 days, we would be doing an acquisition. So that's in the, doing our investment, that is in the, final stages of stitching up. So next 15, 20 days, maybe, what happens is it's very difficult to give an exact date, but, within about, 15 days to 30 days, you should hear from us soon.
Okay, so looking forward to speaking with you again when that acquisition does get announced in the next 15 to 30 days. But before I let you go, you talked about how fintech is the new buzzword in town, but that does mean that there could perhaps be new competition for you as well, because the space is getting disrupted at a very fast pace. Could you talk to us about what the recent, customer churn has been? What kind of competition pressures are you facing?
See, Zaggle is a unique model. It is not very easy to copy that model because the way we have, done the, shaped up the entire model, we built it, stealthily, over the number of years, and how it has shaped up is beautiful. This is, I actually, to be very candid, I would have never dreamt that, Zaggle would shape up in such, good form. And what we have done, payment and software, marrying both of these, together is a great piece which we saw about 6, 7 years back. Competition would come, but for them to make entry into large corporates takes a lot of time, and there is where we have a huge head start. Now we have to look at, how if we want to grow faster, how do we go and acquire companies, in adjacent space or an adjacent product, and then look at that, how do we overall shape up into a large means very, very large company ourselves.
Well, thank you, Raj, for joining us and for giving us those details and for putting things into perspective.